All right, so we are getting on fresh. And I'm not kidding. It dropped like 40 degrees between yesterday and today. Okay? She's kind of spicy anyway. All right. So we're going to work on trying to get from that big long trot to a slow trot. So right off the bat, we're just going to start trotting. And we're not worried about the quality of the trot. Okay, I don't care where her head is. I don't care that she's extending versus just trotting fast, okay? We are just trotting big, okay? I don't care that much where she goes. I'll steer her every now and then, all right? If she breaks into a lope, we're going to reach our hand down that rein and slowly bend her head around, kind of one rein stop. My leg slides back behind that back cinch. We engage her hip until she relaxes, gives her face, and then we ask her to trot off. Okay. If she speeds up, we just do the same thing again. Reach our hand down the rein, ask her to engage her hip until she relaxes. Trot off. Reach our hand down that rein, do a one rein stop. Now she has to be getting all the way off my hand here. Crossing behinds and relaxing. Now we'll trot off. So I'm feeling her gain speed when we trot off. Okay. Good. So there's a fine line between stopping in the one rein stop, okay, and moving her hindquarters around. My leg is back there behind the cinch. So that means I want her to engage her hindquarters. I want her to cross with her hind feet, okay? But I want her to do it in a relaxed manner. So my body language has to be relaxed. When she does that, we'll go. She trotted off nice. That's what I wanted. So then we went back to our extended trot and let her use up all of that energy she has. Don't expect her to go far. Good. She broke into a lope again. Again, reach down that rein, do a one rein stop. And I want you to notice how slow I'm reaching my hand down to do that one rein stop, okay? Again, I'm engaging that hindquarters until I feel her relax a little bit, okay? Reach slowly to do that one rein stop. My back leg is back behind that back cinch until I feel her relax. It's not about how fast you can do it. It's actually about how slow you can do it. So we're trying to relax our horse. Good. Okay. Again, she trotted off nice, but then I felt her gain speed. Okay. You see, she's engaging her hip, right? But she's doing it quickly. I'm not putting that much energy into this. So she shouldn't be either. I want my horses to match my energy. See how I'm kind of slouching there? I'm pretty chill. That's how I want her to trot like that, okay? Now I'm posting, I'm energetic. Now she can trot fast. Too much, right? She broke into a lope. Okay. Good. See, I like that. See how she's engaging her hind end? She's giving me that, but she's relaxed about it, okay? That's what we want. Again, we're trying to get our horse to read our energy. That's a nice, relaxed trot. That's what I wanted. Good girl. Now we'll ask her to extend that trot again. And again, we're not working on quality of movement here. I don't care where her head is at. I don't care if she's giving me a longer stride, collection. I don't really care. All right, that's not what we're working on right now. We are teaching her to not lope off, okay, and to relax. We're teaching her the difference between a relaxed trot and an extended trot. She broke into a lope again, right? So I want, good. She relaxed again. Okay. I felt her speed up that trot, right? Engage that hindquarters. Horses don't like doing this, okay? It's very unnatural for them. It's very hard for them. I don't like it. But it's really, really good for them, okay? When you do this, you take all the power away from them. You, number one, make them really soft. Number two, all the power is in their hind end. So when you do this exercise, you take all the power away. Okay? That's why it works really well. I liked the way she trotted off there. So then we go back into our extension. Like I said, you can steer every now and then, but it doesn't really matter that much. Like I said, horses only really learn one thing at a time really well. Okay, I love that trot right there. Horses only learn one thing at a time really well. So try to just focus on one thing at a time. It doesn't mean that you're not really working on different aspects. Okay? We just focus on one thing. We are focusing on that extended trot, okay, when we ask for it, and that slow trot when we ask for it. Okay, now I'm going to ask her to slow trot one of these times if I can make sure she doesn't break into a lope. We're going to just kind of see what happens. All right, so too much, right? She didn't really slow down, and then she kind of questioned what to do, and she stopped. Too much, right? Good. So I asked her to go. She kind of did it. Not too bad. So I'm going to tell her what a good girl she is. We're going to do it for a little while. Good. For ranch riding, it's a good trot. That's what we're going for. Make sure we reward them, okay? If they overdo something, don't ever punish them. Okay, if a horse tries too hard, I don't ever want to make that a bad thing. Even if that's a big penalty, okay? She didn't do it bad because she didn't listen, okay? She just tried too hard. She was paying too much attention. So we don't want to take that away. Next time I ask, I'm going to use more leg, all right? We're just going to keep practicing. You know, on a hot, feely horse, I wouldn't say Summer's hot, but she is more feely, okay? And she has more forward. She's more sensitive. So on those horses, my legs are always touching them. Always. Okay? The back of my calves are always touching her belly. And the reason being is I kind of want to sack her out to my legs. I want her not quite so reactive to them. Okay? The only time my legs mean something only when I move them to a certain spot or I squeeze them harder, okay? Or I wave them. I have to purposely do more with my legs to make them mean something. My legs just kind of having a couple pounds of pressure against her belly don't mean anything. And I don't want them to. The reason being, I don't want to be riding around and accidentally bump her or lose my balance and accidentally grip her, or we're galloping down one day and we go for a rollback and I ask her a little too hard and have her overreact. Okay? I don't want those things to happen. So I have to sack her out to my legs a little bit. I don't want her overreacting to me. I need her to ride for me, not me riding for her. And on a lazy horse, on a dull horse, I'm doing the opposite. I'm going to hardly ever have my legs on them. Okay? I'm going to keep my legs away from their sides a little bit. That way, when I do touch them with my legs, I want it to be like hot potato, like quickly that horse reacts to them. Like, ooh, I felt her leg there. I think that means something. I better react. I better react quickly. Okay? Or the pressure is going to increase. Okay? If you ride with a lot of leg on a dull or lazy horse, they tend to ignore your leg. And then you have to push harder and harder and harder and harder. Okay? And they just get duller and duller and duller. So you have to do the opposite of what you think you need to do. And that makes for a better horse. Okay? So again, she took me too literal, right? That's okay. She doesn't understand. We're teaching her. So I don't punish her for it. I just keep asking. No big deal. I also want you to notice that when I do the one rein stops, I want you to see how relaxed and slow my hand is. Okay, I'm not pulling her around quickly. I'm also sliding my hand down the rein. I'm changing my rein length. Okay? When you're training, you got to remember, you're going to change your rein length all the time. Okay, and that's okay. I would never show in ranch riding with my reins this long. Okay? But I'm baiting her. I'm saying, if you're going to lope off, let's lope off. If you're going to run off, let's run off. I'm giving you all the opportunity in the world to be naughty. Do it. Do it now. Good. See, I'm really, really happy with that. Okay? That time she didn't break. All right, she kept trotting. I was a really good girl.